the swatches of the new Love Language palette. Here's look number 1. Here's look number 2. Hey beauties, thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to test out a new setup. The mic's up top and we're doing a tutorial in landscape mode. And I'd also like to share with you the new palette called Love Language from Morgan Turner's collab with Oden's Eye. So I thought we'd start with some swatches first, and then we're going to get into 3 looks again. So starting with the first row, we have Heart, Valentine, Love. Ooh, that's silky. Silky and a bit sheer. Then we have Quality Time. A nice rich brown matte. Second row. Then we have Cuddles. Amor. Affirmation. Touch. Now we're going in with the third row. We have Flirt. I think this one is a duochrome. Should have a bit of a shift to it. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Maybe back here is better. And then we have Treat. Date Night. Daydream. It's like a topper. And now for the final row, we have 8/29, which I think is her anniversary date. So much thought went into this palette. I think it's really neat. You hear all her stories. This second one is Giggle. Then we have Gifts. And the last one is Crush. Nice matte lavender. You see? There we have it. Here are the swatches of the new Love Language palette. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened with recording, but it stopped. So where we're at right now, I went in all in the crease. Up in the crease, I went in with the shade Amor, this pink, up in the crease with a Refer number 15. And then I went in with the shade Affirmation, this neutral brown, just in the outer corner and up into the crease, but letting the pink still peek through. I'm so sorry about that. Just did some blending, but let's carry on, I guess. Again, I apologize. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Valentine. And just pop this on, let's see. outer half of my lid, bringing it into the center just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Heart. This one. On the inner. The reason why I wanted to add some of the neutral browns into this particular look was because these shades for me are a little bit on the light side, and I like my eye looks to be a little bit deeper. So let's see. I'm just taking more of the Valentine shade, blending them together with the shade Heart on the inner corner, on the inner third of my eye. Now I think I want to deepen things up, so I'm going to go in with the shade Quality Time and a Eyeshadow 00. So just on the outer corner, see if I like it deepened up, which I think I do. Gently dragging it in towards the inner corner. Then I'm going to go back in with the reference number 15 and diffuse this to get this edge. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the Amor shade. And blend this out. Going back in with the Shadow 00 and a bit more of the Quality Time. Just gently patting it in to the outer corner, just to give it some depth. Back to the reference number 15 for diffusing. It's a little bit patchy here. It's not because of the eyeshadow, it's from my application. Let's go in with ColourPop E13 and try and just smooth this out a little bit. That's better, right? Okay, let's see what's next. We're gonna use the shade Service with a discontinued MAC 272 for underbrow highlight. And let's see, I'm going to go in with ColourPop E29 and the shade Touch. Let's see if we can add a little bit of an inner corner highlight. What do we think? I just did a quick half of face look so I can set my under eye so we can finish up this eye look. I am going to go in with, let's do the shade Quality Time with a BK Beauty 204. And I'm just going to pull it from the outer corner of my lower lash line. Gently across my lower lash line. Maybe not that far. And then we're going to go in with a BK Beauty 210 and the shade Amor. It's pretty pigmented, so let's do it a gentle tap, dust it off, and blend out this bottom edge. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a brown eyeliner. This is the Essence Stay and Play Gel Eyeliner in O2, but first Espresso. So I'm gonna tight line first. And then pull it along my lash line. Quick wing. And then we're going to go in with Nikki LaRose's N11 just to smooth this out. And then I'm going to top off this eyeliner with the shade Quality Time. Putting powder or eyeshadow on top of your gel liners just helps lock them in place. Okay, back to the gel eyeliner. Now we're just gonna bottom eyeliner, stopping just where the outside edge of my iris is. That's how I like to do it. You guys can do it however you like to do it. But this is what I prefer for my eye shape. Well, majority of the time. Okay, now we're going to smooth that out with a rougher number 23. I'm going to take Hourglass Dim Light with Sephora Pro Crease number 19 and just soften out the edge, all the edges of the eyeshadow. Okay, moving on to look number 2, I'm going to go in with a Real Techniques 308 and the shade Crush. Starting in the outer corner. And again, creating a crease for myself because I don't really have one. It's a pretty nice pastel lavender, matte lavender shade. Just slowly building it up. Now we're gonna go in, let's see, with the shade Treat and let's see, I gotta find a clean brush. A clean Rephr 01 and the shade Treat in the outer corner. That's pretty. Okay, going back in with the Real Techniques 308 just to soften out the edge. I might want to deepen that up. Let's put on some shimmers first. So we're gonna go in with the shade Gifts. I want to try and show you as many shades as possible. So Gifts, it's a little bit of a chunkier shimmer, glitter. That's pretty, right? So that's Gifts, and then we're gonna do the shade Daydream, this one right here, on the inner corner. Wow. Sparkly, shiny. Okay, but I think I want more of the Gifts shade. So I'm just gonna layer that on top. Got a little bit of fallout, that's to be expected and it's okay. What do you guys think? Okay, so I think I do want to deepen things up in this outer corner, so I'm going to go in with the shade Date Night and a Shoto 03. And just pat this in the outer corner. Bringing it up and out a bit. Going up into the crease with little baby circular motions. What do you guys think? I think I like that a little bit better. Now I'm just turning the brush slightly over to where the pigment is just on the tips so that I can gently blend this into the inner corner. Then I'm going to go back in with a Real Techniques 308 and smooth it all out. That's pretty, hey? Actually, I'm going to take the same Real Techniques 308 and a bit of the shade Crush, the matte lavender. Just to diffuse this top edge a little bit more. Alright, now let's do Underbrow Highlight, MAC 272, Discontinued, and the shade Service. So I just set my under eye, and we can finish up this eye look. Let's go in with the shade Date Night and a Rephr 26. Just gonna pull that across my lower lash line. I'm going to use a reference number 14 and the shade Crush, the lavender. And let's do a little bit of an inner corner highlight again with the shade Touch and a ColourPop E29. Actually, let's add a little bit more to this other side. Okay, on this eye, we're going to do black eyeliner. Same old, still trying to use this up, finish this up. It's the Sephora Glide Liner, and we're going to tight line first. Now pulling the eyeliner across my lash line. And we're gonna smooth that out with Nikki's N11. And to top it off with shadow, I'm just going to use the black from Natasha Denona's, what is this, the contour palette, the mini eye sculpt palette. Okay, some eyeliner again on the lower lash line. The lower lash line, outer third. And then we're going to blend that out with reference number 23. Fix this side a little bit. Okay, let's speed through mascara. Okay, so I actually got two lippies from her collection. I got the one in Love Language and the one called Kisses, and both of these sold out like super fast. With these eyes though, I think I'm gonna do the Kisses one because it's more of a nude if I remember correctly. But let's line these lips with Cool Spice from MAC. And Kisses. I think one is like a gloss, one is I forget what the formulas are. I haven't tried this, so let's try this out together and see what it looks like. Oh, that is a pretty nude. Nude lips, right up my alley. What do you guys think? Okay, so there we have it. We have the two looks with kisses on the lips. Here's look number 1. Here's look number 2. What do you guys think? I'll be back for look number 3. Okay, so let's do look number 3. Going in with the shade Giggle and a reference number 33. And again, just starting at the outer corner. Oh, this is way more pigmented than I thought. So it's okay. We'll just blend. Just creating a crease shape. Here, let's spread this out. Let's move over to the other side. Pick up some pigment from this side and put it over here. I'm going to flip the brush to where there's no pigment and try and diffuse this. I think what's happening again is this eye is tearing. So it's making this corner wet, which is why they're blending out differently. So again, it's not product, it's user error. But not even user error. It's realistically just because I washed my face again, as we have to do for these multiple eye looks. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do to get rid of that harsh line is I need to find a big, fluffy, clean brush. So I'm going to do a reference number 16. And let's soften this. Let's blend this out. Interesting thing is when I do that, it almost makes it look, to me, in the mirror, to my eye, it looks like it's a little bit pink. So I don't know if that is from the previous shade that we had on, even though I did do a double cleanse. But maybe that just goes to show how pigmented these eyeshadows are from Oden's eye. So let's try and make them a little bit more even. Or it might sort itself out once we add the next shades on top of it. So let's just do a general shape for the crease. And carry on. Okay, so I'm going to use a ColourPop E25 and the shade Quality Time. And I'm just going to pull this along my lash line first. Same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to take a Shoto 00, same shade, Quality Time, and we're going to blend it up into the crease. Yeah, that same thing is happening. I apologize. It's wet here. Why don't we, you know what? I'm going to try and set it with some powder and see if that helps. Okay, so going back in with the Shoto 00 and the same shade Quality Time. Let's try again. Let's try and build this up again. A little bit working. It's kind of working, hey? I like this color combo on my eyes. What do you guys think? Gently pulling it across towards the inner corner. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. I don't know why, it's just this eye. This one, just like last time when I did 3 looks, this eye's fine. It's just the left eye that gets leaky. Leaky left eye. So even though we are using the matte brown shade, because we're laying it on top of the shade Giggle, I'll show you. Giggle has a bit of a purple undertone. It's purpley. It's like a muted purple. It kind of putting the darker matte brown on top still makes everything look kind of in the purple family, which I'm happy about. I like these tones. Okay, so again, forgive this corner, okay? I can't get it to be perfect or the way that we like to have it. So again, just building up this outer corner. Gently pulling it in. Then I'm going to go back to my Rephr 33 and smooth all of this out. There we go. But you see, I don't know if you can tell, doing that made this corner lose a touch of the deeper pigment. So we're just going to try and tap this gently back in. Rephr 33. Soften out some edges. I can't tell if they're even in this view. But like I said, we're testing out this new setup. You guys can let me know if you guys have a preference, or if you don't mind me switching back and forth from landscape to portrait. Feel free to let me know. That's pretty though. I'm really liking these tones together. Okay, now let's add some shimmer. So I'm gonna go in with, let's see, what did I want to do here? Oh, the shade 829. Again, I believe that is her anniversary date. And we're just gonna pop this on. Oh yeah, that's pretty. You see that? Using a finger, just pressing this on. That's pretty. I really like this. Again, it's a little bit of a chunkier glitter, but that's okay. Look at it sparkle. Can you see? I wanted to add this shade Touch. It's more of like a satin, I think, in the inner corner, but I don't know what this is going to look like. So let's test it out together. Because it's a little bit more opaque, right, than the 829. So let's see. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of pretty. I just need to smooth it out with a silicone brush from Amazon. Let's smooth this out. See if we can make it even nicer. Now I'm gonna take the silicone brush and go straight into the shade Touch. See if we can do a little bit more precision work in this corner. And same thing on the other side. Oh, I kind of missed. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Rephr 33 and buff this out. What do you guys think? Let's just add a touch more 829. Kind of build it up a little bit. Okay. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm just gonna take my Shoto 00 and go back into the shade Quality Time. You know, do what I normally do. Deepen up the outer corners. How does that look? I think that's pretty. Pretty happy with that. Okay, let's do some underbrow highlight with the shade Service. Okay, the rest of my face is done, aside from my lips, but we'll do that at the end. And now let's finish up the eye look, starting with the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in, I want to do the shade Quality Time with a BK Beauty 204 and the shade Quality Time. We're just putting it on the lower lash line, focusing most of the pigment on the outer corner. If we can get it to stay, because remember, this corner of my eye is not so happy right now. Same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna go in with the shade Giggle and a BK Beauty 210. We're just going to diffuse this edge. Same thing on this side. For eyeliner today, we are going to go in with the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist color pencil in the shade number 9 Ivy. It's kind of like a purpley eyeliner. So I'm going to tightline first. And pull it across my lash line. So the reason why I'm doing a purple eyeliner is because I know that one of her shades, her darkest purple shade, I think it's Date Night, she made it a harder press on purpose so that it can be used for just this, so that it can be used as eyeliner. Okay, and let's smooth that out with Nikki LaRose's N11. And top it off with the shade Date Night. See that? We have a tiny little bit of fallout, but that's okay. I can dust it off shortly. Eyeliner on the lower lash line. Again, please excuse this corner. We get the idea though, right? And then we're going to smooth that out with a reference number 23. Okay, I'm going to take Nikki's N14 and just gently flick off the fallout. Dim light and Sephora Pro Crease number 19. And we're just going to soften out all the edges of the eyeshadow. Top, bottom. Now let's speed through mascara. So I like to set my makeup before I do my lips. So we'll do that quick. Okay, let's do lips. So we're gonna go back in again with a Cool Spice from MAC. Does anybody else have this liner? And what are your thoughts? I like it. Okay, and we're gonna go in with the other lippy that I got from the Love Language collection, and it is the shade Love Language. I think this is more on the pink side. But that's pretty, right? What do you guys think so far? These are also my first lip products from Oden's Eye. I have a few other Oden's Eye palettes, which I love. Oden's Eye formula. But this is the first. These are very comfortable on the lips. And there we have it. Here's the final look. What do you guys think? Did any of you pick up the Love Language palette? And if so, what are your thoughts? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh,